Well, you've gone double Cody this week.
I didn't realize that until I did it and put it up, and I went, I did go Cody Unreal. Shit.
And I believe that episode of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show might be one of the lowest since we began the Untitled Manny and Marcus shows.
You know what? I'm blaming the tsunami warning, even though that was later on that evening for me. It was bad. Cody came back, and he's here to draw lower numbers. But yeah, he shoots on AEW.
He does shoot on AEW. We'll go through the comments and then give our take when we start the show. Did NXT go too far? Don't be confused with the explanation marks. That should be a question. Did it go too far when Blake Monroe decided to fat shame previous Jordynne Grace?
Yes. The images had really nothing to do with anything.
I did seem to think that she was alluding to Jordynne Grace. You may be the juggernaut now. You always be a fat girl at heart.
Yeah. I went, ooh. But I was talking about, did she go too far talking to Booker T like that? You know he's sipping for the white girl. Anyway.
Insane world title match. I've got a lot to say about this, I think.
Yeah. I haven't been insane for the reasons people don't understand why I'm calling it insane. It has nothing to do with a lot of stuff that happened in the match. This is a John Moxley match. This was tame compared to most stuff. But I have some reason why I call it insane.
Welcome, everyone, to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, the racially ambiguous Lord Manny Hayes. Over there is...
Marcus, the grand finale. And Manny, I enjoyed that glitch. It's like it was Joe Hendry in the middle of NXT that kept spinning around. And I was like, what's going on?
What are you talking about? I didn't notice nothing. Did you see anything? I didn't see nothing.
I didn't see anything either, I guess.
How are you doing today, Marcus?
I am fantastically tired, drained, and out of my mind. But other than that, I am fantastic. How are you?
I am tired, drained, but I have been awful this week. So I shouldn't be, but I am.
Yeah, in these troubling times when the world seems to just be crazy everywhere with wars and stuff and a tsunami warning, I'm just happy to be here to do a show, to be honest, and watch wrestling. I'm just happy. The world is fucking out of its mind right now, and it's scary. It's just scary.
Out of its fucking mind. How dare he put out a meme of the Jet 2 holiday kind of thing with the people that they caught from the ice raids, sending them back on a one-way flight back home? You can't make that meme. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
That's outrageous.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's just a lot going on. But we're here to cover the real news, Manny. We're here to cover the real important stuff. Oiled up greasy men and their grievances with other oiled up greasy
in their
men.
trunk and their speedos.
Yeah, and women.
Should we just go with the headline story first? Let's go with Cody Rhodes comments on AEW. We have the clip if you haven't watched it or seen it or even read it. But here we go. I don't know. Do you want to pause it? Pardon?
I was going to say introduce and say courtesy of the Ringer and Bill Simmons. I don't know.
Yeah, don't try and claim our video, Bill Simmons. We don't make money in the first place. Don't try and claim this video.
Come on, the Ringer is huge. It's huge. Leave us alone. Go bug other podcasts and stuff. But leave us alone. We choke on one view at a time.
And love. And in the end, the way I kind of see it is if I felt disrespected ever at WWE, that's one thing. That's a company that was built. Look at this glass. That's the Yankees. That's the flagship of it all. If I ever felt there, I was a number on a sheet maybe, but feeling disrespected at something I built. Yeah. With my friends and that we built, feeling disrespected there, I wouldn't stand for it. And I think Brandy and I both, I'm so blessed to have her. It was one of those where it was, I did way more here than you think. And you're going to find out the moment I'm out the door. I don't believe in like the cold-hearted, backstabby type of revenge. The greatest revenge on earth is success. And I felt like we were sitting on something wonderful, something great, a huge, potentially with what I was doing with the American Nightmare as a bad guy, as a good guy, as something in between. We're sitting on something magic. And if I'm not going to do it in the house that I literally, with Matt, Nick, and Kenny, built, then, buddy, I'm going elsewhere.
Ooh.
Well,
There's someone missing in that who he helped build it. I'm just saying, there's one person still missing in that Matt, Nick, and Kenny. There was still another person. Mr. Coke Eyes himself.
I mean, there was always talks of bad blood in the lead up to why he was leaving. He just never really spoke about it since leaving AEW. I think he kind of just wanted to leave on good terms and be good terms. Something must have changed in that relationship between him and Tony Khan recently that he just felt, I am going to fucking do a tell-all.
Well, I believe it was more that, he's talking about success. He can talk about his success, and he can also talk about the quote-unquote AEW decline that has happened over the past few years. Like,
well, it's taken them. I feel since
they're coming back.
They're coming back, but since he left, there was a big gaping hole. All this talent issue problems, minus the CM Punk issue that was going to inevitably happen in the first place. But like the moment he left, all these things started to come out and become bigger problems than they actually were. I think Cody kind of swept a lot of that under the rug. Cody dealt with a lot of that stuff before it actually got worse than it was. And I think that alludes to his comment of, you don't realize how much I do around here till I walk out the door, and I think that's what happened. That steadily declined, and the I don't know, it's a belief in AEW from the fans. It just dipped.
The feeling is what they call it. The feeling
it dipped, and it took a while. It took Swerve, it took Will Ospreay, and Tony Storm to really rebuild that feeling in AEW.
Yeah. Because people were down on it, and I believe Cody right now is at the pinnacle of his career right now, and that's why when he was talking about success is his greatest revenge. This is as successful as he's ever going to be at this moment right now. He's not the champion, yes, but he's feuding with the biggest star, one of the biggest stars in the industry, John Cena, and he's doing stadium shows, and he just got his first movie deal to play Gaio in Street Fighter. This is how it's going to get for him. So when he's talking about revenge and why he's talking about it now is reasonable, and he can look at AEW at All In and see that, their numbers have declined over the years, and they have had a lot of bad locker room situations, whether it was CM Punk and that situation, or Britt Baker and all that, all the Jack Perry, whatever's going on there back in the locker room that we all heard rumors and stuff about. I just feel like this is why he's gloating now, is that he feels like that the product really did take a hit when he left, and basically Punk too as well. It's not just simply him, but when him and Punk left, it was just seemed like the product left, and maybe even some of the I'm trying to think of the word. I wish I could just say something in Spanish and say, how do you say? But I can't think of the word I want to use. But some of the brand, I guess, I can't think of it. The brand has took a hit. The AEW brand and the fan base.
That's the correct phrase. It did take a hit. The feeling, as they like to call it, the feeling went away a bit. I mean,
yeah.
And let me throw a what if at you. They had this massive storyline over the last couple of months since October.
AEW, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about AEW, where Mox held the title hostage. And they used Hangman as the guy to take that title away from him.
Yeah.
At All In. What if Cody was that guy that took the title? I think more people would have talked about it. I think whatever WWE's counter programming was that weekend, I think Cody winning the AEW title would have been bigger than Evolution and Saturday Night's main event and NXT.
Yeah,
I think that would have been way bigger.
Well, Cody proved that he is QB1, as he likes to be called now.
Yeah.
And he was the #1 babyface in AEW when he left. Kind of. The crowd was turning on him because he was involving himself in his own university. I think he was basically isolating his program away from whatever Toni was doing, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And so we had the whole Codyverse thing, and he was in control of that, and it wasn't successful at all. I'm not going to say Cody was doing great work at the end of his AEW run. He wasn't. It was absolutely terrible, probably for the most part. But he was their #1 babyface until Punk came along. Yeah. And then Punk became their #1 babyface. And I don't think he felt the same way about Punk. I just think there was some disconnection between him and Toni. And I think the main thing was Tony Khan taking all the credit for everything happening in AEW and all the success. Because a lot of time you go, oh, Tony Khan's this and this. And when AEW started, Tony Khan was a background player that you didn't really hear his name much. You always just thought Cody and the Bucks and Kenny ran everything. And then Tony Khan's name would be brought up as, oh, he's just the money, yada, yada. Basically, everybody has freedom to do something. I think Cody would describe it as Ellis Island of the freedom they had. And then all of a sudden, everything was Tony Khan this, Tony Khan this, oh, Tony Khan this. And then there's a 5-hour media scrolls where Tony Khan's talking about this and all that. And I think that started to rub Cody the wrong way. And, and as he brings up later, I believe in the interview where he talks about how Brandy felt the same way. Hey, you're not including us. You don't feel appreciative of us. And it's frustrating, yada, yada. And you know what? You can understand the sentiments. I can imagine if me, you, or Eric and this show actually got more than 200 views.
That's a dream right now, to be honest.
That's a dream. Yeah, I know. That's why I ain't really low. But let's say this podcast became an actual success. And we brought in, I don't know, let's say, who's out there? Peter Rosenberg to join the show. And we start phasing one or the other out, and it's all about Peter Rosenberg and someone else. And we're not giving credit to either you, me, or Eric or something like that. And you just feel like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's that disconnect. And how dare you make me seem like a guest in my own home? That's what I think Cody came down to. It felt like he was a guest in his own home.
Yeah, and I think people have been trying to get Cody to say these things for the last few months. Last few years, I would like to. I would correct myself.
4 years.
Yeah. And he hasn't. So I just want to know why he's decided to change that notion, because I don't think he's ever in a position now where he needs to leave WWE. I think he's at the top now where he doesn't have to feel the need to go, maybe I should go back to AEW.
No, I believe he's never leaving at this point. I think he's going to be considered and retire a WWE guy. He may do some random convention indie work or whatever, some maybe at the end, but I believe he's going to stay down, be a WWE guy, and maybe even try to take a VP role or something like that later.
Well, I would presume. I would presume so. I think they're talking about Punk's involvement in terms of like NXT and stuff like that, but I actually think Cody might be the right person for that with the Nightmare Factory, etc. stuff. But like, if he actually applied that stuff to NXT and be more like his dad when he obviously time is up, I think he'd be more. I think he'd actually be quite successful at it.
I think a combination of him and Punk. I think Punk can't go off the rails and just do everything himself. And I think Cody will be somebody. I think Cody can connect with people in the back and get along with people better. And CM Punk will probably be the better booker on top of that. So I can see them being like a Triple H, maybe I guess Bruce Pritchard, I don't know, or Michael Hayes, whoever his number 2 is. I'm assuming Regal's. I always feel like Regal's his number 2, but that's just
something I actually wanted to talk about. Because you kind of just alluded to stuff backstage is so one, it was WWE Unreal. So Sean Ross Sapp put out, of Fightful.com put out that they contacted WWE to see which kind of bits were scripted, and the one thing they reported on was after the Royal Rumble of Charlotte coming back to see the other women who were just standing there going, welcome back. That was orchestrated.
Yeah, but Manny, how many times have I don't know how many times you have, but in a TV show, in let's say Hard Knocks or NFL locker room or a sports locker room, how many times has someone just been like, we're giving somebody the game ball and we're gonna what you call it? And it's a big presentation, right?
Yeah, but I think that happens.
I feel like that was
kind
of what that was. And it could
Hmm.
be like Triple H to Cope saying, let's root her on because Charlotte has a bunch of like, issues and hate and all that going on with her. Like she just come back and she's getting booed no matter what.
Mm.
I could feel it
And
was
then-
one of those numbers. No, I don't feel like it was scripted. I feel like it was something that they were told to do. Like, hey, come on, root on your teammates. Let's go and give her a round of applause for coming back.
And then the other thing I'd like to bring up is, and I think we didn't bring it up on our review on Tuesday, was
That's what I want to bring it to.
Jey Uso. They were concerned of him getting blown up doing the yeets to the ring and stuff like that. Do you think that had a role in why his title reign was actually so short?
No, I just think that was never meant to be a long title reign. Like
I get the feeling he was almost trying. It may have been that he was being punished because he kept fucking up.
Nah, I don't think. I just don't think it would ever be like his interest takes a lot.
Yeah,
It's really took a lot, and him blowing himself up was, he's not gonna. You don't want him to actually go out there and half-ass it, and then the people are gonna stop going, doing the yeet and all that. So he's out there, he's working his way in. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think he was blowing up, and it was an issue, and that they needed to talk to Jay about. But I never thought his title reign was actually going to be long. Okay. I feel it felt more like a flavor of the month title reign. Like if the Godfather would have won the championship or something. Or no, Zack Ryder win the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
I feel like it was one of those things. They never, I think, had long-term goals with him. And we're always going to put the title back onto someone, I'm not going to say serious, but a Gunther type.
Yeah, okay.
And then here's something I took away from Unreal that I forgot to bring up. It was Triple H made a comment after the Bianca, Jade, and Elimination Chamber scenario where he said the women are maturing faster than the men in the roster
in NXT.
with emotions. Yeah, like they do the emotions better.
Well,
and
he
the
also
men don't understand that. They're still more about the moves.
Were you talking about his conversation with Shane Helms?
It could have been. It was in the back. I remember it being in the back.
Yeah. But he basically said we have tons of them down in NXT. Yeah, I mean
faster.
I don't see anything wrong with that statement. I think that's correct. Like you see it. You see it like if you go back to the past, people are the likes of like Jada Parker, Lash Legend, of like Sol Ruka, even Thea Hale and them lot. Their development shouldn't be where they are right now. Yeah. Even Tiffany Stratton, their development where they should be. Where they are right now normally would have taken 3 to 4 years, whereas these lot are kind of like 1, 2 years into it. Stratton's above it, but like the rest, they've come in from other sports and it's just like come in and done it, and it's just like okay, this seems to work. Whereas like you see some men and it's just like I think they have their ego's so high that they refuse to be taught at that point.
Yeah, and I think the men are they only watch other men wrestle, and they only see their athleticism and stuff like that, while the women go with the old Vince McMahon adage of the face, the emotion sells, and I feel like that actually hits. It actually does make more sense when you watch the show. Like when you watch a women's match, they actually have these emotions, these look. If you look at Liv Morgan or just like Bianca and Naomi killing it with their emotions or whatever, but a lot of people go out there and they're just like they have their characters. Their characters are together. And if you go to AEW, Toni Storm and even Athena this week in their tag match, you can see more emotion in their characters than it's just not them just doing moves. Like Toni Storm wrestles like Toni Storm should wrestle. She's not out there doing. She's not trying to be Will Ospreay. She's
someone that understands her character and is not wrestling to what the current beat of wrestling is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the current beat of wrestling is high flying moves and all and
Athleticism.
athleticism, and then like you got the likes of her, even Cody to a point. Cody doesn't wrestle like Cody wrestles like a 80s wrestler. He'll throw in the Cody. He throws in the Cody cutter here and there, but like that's
I got
the time he really jumps
Cody. 80s is rough. John Cena wrestles like an 80s wrestler right now.
Now, John Cena was a good 90s wrestler back in his prime.
Yeah.
Now
he wrestles like the 80s. He's still.
I wouldn't even say 80s, more because I would say 70s.
He's more Jerry the King Lawler than he is Macho Man Randy Savage.
But yeah, I totally agree with you. The women are developing faster, and you can see it. You can see it when you just look at the roster and you go, "Oh, those people are ready." Whereas, like, you look at the men's roster in NXT, the only person that you kind of look at and go, "They might be ready," is Trick, and maybe, but we're saying it so early. Is Jasper Troy?
Oba too. You know, there's some people, and the Don's been ready to go, but his character was his problem.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the men are developing slower because the men tend to stay there longer, whereas the women, with the exception of Fallon Henley and JCJ, who have been there for about 4 years, the rest have kind of come in, done their thing, and then almost ready. Like Kalani Jordynne shouldn't actually be there anymore. Like she's got stuff to work on, but like I think she's kind of ready because she could actually fulfill a role like Mello is.
She'd be a good mid card. Yeah, she'd be a good mid carder in the women's division.
The thing is, they need to pad out those women's division. Yeah,
the mid card right now in the women's division is Becky, Bayley, and Lyra. That's it. I'm talking about for Raw only. Now, SmackDown, I have no fucking clue. Right now, I don't think Julia's doing anything with that United States title. So I don't know who's in their mid card.
I don't know why they even tried to go for the shock factor. They should have just kept it on Chelsea.
Yeah, but I guess Chelsea's the other mid carder, but and Michin, but whatever. Like Kalani would be good mid card right now if they wanted to go that route. Lash if they called her up. Jada Parker, even Lola Vice at this point. I feel like Lola will be good in the mid card there too. Is she the best promo ever or anything? But she is a Latina, and she gets you to react.
Should we move into some of these reviews now? Because we are 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like we're a news show now. After do an Unreal review, and then this. Let's jump into the review. Let's talk about what happened on Dynamite.
So, I shouldn't have gone on the mid-card mess before I started watching this because Maurice gave it an A-, or maybe it was an A and I just read it wrong. Like he gave it it was an A territory.
An A is an A. I don't you put my A and A- together. I don't care. I hate the
the minus was just because the teacher didn't like you.
What it is.
Yeah, the minus was a teacher didn't like you apparently. So I'm expecting like top tier, and I've allowed that to ruin my viewing of it. Because the wrestling alone would probably take you up there, but the placement of this show was all over the place. What we got from a main event should not have been the main event. But
what came in the middle of the show should have been in the middle of the show. I thought the placement of the world title match in the middle of the show, like just randomly or whatever it was at, like somewhere around the 6 o'clock hour between 5:30 or whatever. I thought that okay, they may actually go the rest of the show with this, like and then when it ended after like 20 minutes or whatever it was, 30 minutes, I can't remember. I was like, oh, what's left? Why would I continue to watch this show when they were doing that? I was like, what's left? And I have nothing against Toni Storm and Athena in that tag match, but at the end of the day, it meant nothing unless Athena would have cashed in on it at the end. And the Mark Briscoe Ricochet match, which is a step down from what they have, which is another issue I have with AEW. They do these big matches and they go back to a singles match. It feels ass backwards because Mark Briscoe and Ricochet had a stretcher match to start the feud, and now we're going to end it on the singles. Same thing with Mox and
yeah, that's what I texted. I was like, what was the
yeah.
point of doing a Texas death match if they were gonna and then the rematch is just a regular match on Dynamite?
I hate when I hate either promotion when they do something like that. Like, don't escalate this. The big match, the death match, is the blow off thing. It's called a death match.
Yeah.
And then the ambulance match is called an ambulance match. We're done. We're done.
Yeah.
I beat you to an ambulance. We're done. We don't go back to it and just be like, oh, here's just some random matches, especially if you put one in the main event like that.
So the Young Bucks take on the Outrunners. They have a very good match. Young Bucks win. Okada comes down to celebrate. They continue to beat down the Outrunners, and out comes Swerve, making a very slow save. Even though the Outrunners seem to have got the better of the situation, but by the time Swerve even got near,
I thought Swerve got there, they were back. But my main thing, I thought the Bucks were entertaining, and their interview in the back, and then the talent name and graphic at the bottom, just, like all intentional, just comedy of them being former EVPs and the disrespect they were getting.
Yeah,
I thought all of that worked. All of that was funny. And then I thought the match was fine. It was a typical Young Bucks match, and the Outrunners were there. But I feel like the Young Bucks could have this match with you and me. I'm gonna be honest. Like me and you go out there and have the exact same match. We would have been winning in the first 3 minutes.
You and I both can't do flips.
we would have got to the spot where we did the son of a bitch elbow. I don't know what's actually we would have got to that. I don't think we would have got up after. We would have been like, all right, I'm done. We would have been Jey Uso after running it back for the third time.
Yeah, I don't know why they need to run it back anymore. Jey Uso's gonna die. The Hurt Syndicate. The Hurt Syndicate segment is basically MJF apologizes to Shelton about Bobby Lashley's actions last week, but now he's out of the picture. Shelton and MVP can strategize. Shelton tells him MVP ain't here because he's disgusted with MJF's actions. Shelton says MJF's watch is the nicest watch that came from Temu. He warns him that the only reason he wasn't laid out weeks ago was because MVP stuck his neck out for him, and he suggests he get the hell out of there. And then he also tells him that he's out of the Hurt Syndicate.
So, Manny, what do you think? Is this a pivot? Like they're saying it wasn't working, so we decided to just scrap it? Or do you think there's something more?
I think this is Bobby. I think this is he cashes in and then Bobby beats the shit out of him. He's like, I want a title match. I think that's what this is.
Oh, that could be. I think he's. That's probably due to it being so abrupt and so random that, one, why did you put this together and think this was going to work? Because it never seemed like it was going to work.
Yeah.
To two, that we put them, that they're having this, all of a sudden, this breakup. I just feel like it's leading somewhere. It could be a clever rules where, quote unquote, MJF is still the quote unquote devil, and you believed him, and Bobby and them are on their side, and they're just waiting to catch Hangman slipping.
No, for me, I just get the feeling that it's Bobby Lashley and The Miz again.
Oh.
Where MJF is playing the role of The Miz. I think that's what it might be. But it seems really pointless. This is one of those things where they do something for so long and then there's no real payoff.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going with this anyway?
Yeah.
Like, I would like to get Tony, like, what was the original origin? If this is playing out and then we're done with it, why did we even go through this? What was like, oh, it'd be cool to put a white guy in this group. Random white
it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Another thing I didn't really care about was Christian Cage. He came out there. He said he's an asshole. He just said his thing. He said his stuff, bringing up old shit with him and that Cope or Adam Copeland or whatever his name is chooses this week. And then Christian is taken out by Kip and Nick Wayne, while his mama had her titties out again in the back.
Not as bad as that time. Not as bad this time.
Yeah, but I didn't. Did you see the concerto? Because I didn't.
I saw the concerto miss completely. Like, that was the worst camera angle to shoot with that. And Christian's promo I thought was okay, but I was a bit confused. It was quiet in the arena, and it seemed like no one honestly cared. And he kept doing the quiet without conducting business because you could hear random people saying random stuff that I don't even think was connected to what he was talking about. And it kind of just threw me off. And I was like, why? It's too quiet here. I don't think people care as much as they thought it would. Christian was fine. I just thought they missed the shot with the concerto. I don't understand why that was that camera angle. We clearly see they miss him completely and he goes down.
Yeah. Then we actually do get what should have been the main event: Hangman Adam Page versus Mox. It was a decent title match. Hangman wins with the buckshot lariat. Everyone was banned from ringside, yet they still come, which I feel. And then Darby dived from a balcony, and then in the back, MJF tries to goad Hangman into a title match again, and he tells him, "You need to beat Mark Briscoe." Now, you could have still done all that whilst that still being the main event. MJF came out at the end of the match, spoke on the mic, but then he goes, "Do you know what? There's other people ahead of you on the line. You got to beat Mark Briscoe." And then you could have ended AEW like that. AEW Dynamite, you can end the show like that.
Or maybe, it ended with, MJF attacking Hangman, and then Mark Briscoe makes the save, and he's like, "Oh, they're going to get it on next week. Tony Khan just announced it. We'll see you guys on, Collision tomorrow," or whatever, how they end it. But I think that's the better ending, and I don't understand why we went the route we went. I thought the match was fine. My only issue with the match was the ban for ringside. They put the security guards up in the corner, and I was like, oh, they're serious about this. But when the refs went down, everybody was like, all right, let's go. I thought we were under Continental Classic rules. If you come out, I think you get fired, but I guess not. But you can't do it like that when you do the Continental Classic and everybody's barred for ringside and everybody abides by it. And then you say a match where everybody's barred for ringside, but there's a shitty ref bump. And yes, a shitty ref bump. This is one of the worst I've ever seen. And I'll take that to my grave. And then you do everybody come out and then they get ran off. And it's like, what? I don't understand what this even was for. Like, it didn't add anything to the match at all. Like, the ref bump was terrible. I don't even understand how that was supposed to knock anybody out. That wouldn't even knock me to the ground. That made me go, fuck y'all doing? That was like being bumped into, like, you know how you're going through a crowded place as you actually hit shoulders from somebody? You may go, hey, but even that was let me help harder than.
Yeah.
Like he went flying to the ground. I was like, nah. Gotta be a better way.
And then we had timeless Toni Storm and Alex Windsor, who got her entrance music back. This was the entrance music I was talking about. This was the better version than whatever nonsense they had playing last week against
so
Athena.
Tony folded again. He went back. Yeah, but fine. This also could have been main event. Like, if you weren't going to go with the World Heavyweight title main event, why not put the women's champion in the main event with Athena with a threat of a cash-in?
Yeah.
Like looming, which is my big problem with the match. I thought the match was fine. I was entertained by it. I thought it was the better tag match of the night. I thought it was better than the first one with the Outrunner. I think maybe I'd care more or somewhere interested, whatever. But I thought it didn't make sense at the end when Billy Starks threw Windsor to the barricade. It felt like they were going to do a catch in, and Athena was like, "Oh yeah, it's only a matter of time when I do this." And I'm like, "Fucking do it now! She's out! She's out! You hit your move on her. You hit the Eclipse on her. She's out." Billy Starks has everybody on the perimeter. You got a ref in the ring.
No, Marcus, let me tell you.
You choke her for a little bit. You got it.
Let me tell you what's happening here, Marcus. You know how Athena's technically been banished to ROH?
Yeah. Yes.
Basically, what Athena is doing is by doing this, gaining more minutes on Dynamite. This is exactly what it's doing. She's just doing it so she appears on Dynamite. Because if she didn't, she'd just be on ROH and no one would know.
Yeah, but she could have been world champion. I just don't understand why she wouldn't cash in right here.
Because I don't think they've done enough. I don't think they did enough to Alex Windsor to put her down for her to cash in.
You could have keep beating her down. You could have keep beating both her and Toni Storm down. They had the high ground. They had the advantage. They won the match clean. They were on the road. I would have just kept going. Keep going. You have the ref there. In fact, after I land my finisher, I would tell Aubrey Edwards, it's on. We switching this shit up.
But if you didn't, because I did go and watch it, I just didn't bring it up on Tuesday. Last episode of Collision, Alex Windsor versus Athena was really good. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out. You'll actually see why Alex Windsor is one of the best in the UK.
Yeah, very hard hitting. Very hard hitting.
Yeah.
He hits really hard, and it just seems like, oh, yeah, that comes off like. But I thought the match was really good. I enjoyed the match overall, but I just didn't like that. I just didn't like the ending of. I'm cashing in. I see no reason why I wouldn't at this point. Toni is confused and down. She has no one else to protect her. Her tag partner is out, and I don't know what happened. Like, I don't even understand why Billy Starks attacked her if it wasn't going to be a cash. I was like, oh, we're going to cash in. Like, that's what I felt like. And then he was like, oh, just a matter of time, Toni. Just a matter of time. This was the best time. The Butler's dead. Toni's alone. It could have been 2-on-1. Y'all could have just been stomping her out in the ring.
Then I didn't even write down what Willow said. She just got an immediate strike.
Willow? No, Willow gets a strike for all of a sudden talking. She was like, so I went to Tony Khan. It was like, hey, yo, Khan. Like,
but the voice Tony Khan came back with that she used made it sound like Tony Khan was a black man portrayed in the early 90s when you would talk about hip hop.
Yeah. It made him sound like he had a cigarette on the end of his lip going, yeah, motherfucker. This is like, what? This doesn't make sense. He looked like a Newport more than the Outrunners did in the opening contest. Like, that's what she was talking to. Also, we should add Newports to the Breakfast Federation. You know, people like to smoke after their meals for some reason. I'm
Marcus.
I'm not a smoker. I'm just saying.
Marcus, we can't do that. You can't do that. You know why? Sponsorship.
Why is that?
Sponsorship. Because maybe some people like sprinkle cocaine on their breakfast, but we can't do that.
Who the hell does that, Manny? Who goes? That's not powdered sugar. That's not powdered sugar.
Yeah,
why are you waking up so hype?
Margaret, we don't take drugs. How do you know that? Because that's not true.
now, maybe if someone was doing it in their coffee, they were scooping cocaine instead of sugar in their coffee. Maybe. I don't think people go, "Oh, these eggs need something."
Well, some people have weed on toast. So I'm pretty sure.
Weed on toast?
Yeah.
I would say they need to put the drugs.
And the people in Kane's life. In Amsterdam, they make a living selling brownies.
Well, people just make brownies everywhere, California, everywhere. Like, but I'm just saying, for breakfast, you out your mind. I understand a little wake and bake, and people just smoke a little bit before they go to work, and they're like, if I wake and bake, it energizes me. Whatever, but I don't think you ever go. There's I got the ketchup for my hash browns. I got syrup for my pancakes. But something missing. Avocado on my toast. I mean, I'm doing it big, but little Tony Montana on there. Let's see how this
goes. So Mark Briscoe took on Ricochet. It was a good match. Mark Briscoe wins. He cuts a serious promo, calls out MJF. MJF gets a match with Mark Briscoe next week in the main event. If he makes it, and then takes him out from behind, and Hangman makes the save. That is your ending of Dynamite. We have booked a better Dynamite just by this review.
Yeah, just by putting things in order and even moments that happen. My question is, why did Ricochet have to take the loss today? Like, I understand you do wins and losses here, no DQs and finishes like WWE, whatever, but I wouldn't even do the match. I wouldn't put Ricochet in it. I feel like Ricochet should have some momentum behind him. I think he's doing the best character work of his career, but I also think he falls short of WES Lee now when I think about this.
Yeah, no, that's what. When you started talking about the loss, the way you put, I started thinking about High Rise. The moment you said that internally, I started thinking about High Rise. I just like, but I think Ricochet still carries a name, unlike WES Lee. WES Lee has fallen off so much ever since he came back from injury. He's never become anything. Like he was a great North American champion before he had that back issue. He come back and he's never come back. Like he's stayed at the bottom of the mid card and never risen back up.
Well, he's more of a manager at this point now. He's an upper mid carder heel manager for a tag team. He's basically Adam Cole with Keith Lee. And I think the main issue is there's nothing for him really to do in NXT. They're not going to make him the NXT champion. They seem to have their sights on either Trick or Javon or at this point, Jasper Troy, all these other people who are hovering around the title, or Inamura. They have all these random people floating around. I don't see it for Wes Lee being there, and he's been North American champion many times. They keep him as a heel. At this point, the only thing you can do with Wes Lee is either call him up or release him. And if he gets called up, I don't think there's any use for him on the main roster, even though I like Wes Lee. I think he has the best hair in the game. He's one of the best athletes in the company.
You need to stop with the best hair in the game.
It's the best hair in the game. Every time. Man, did you watch that match? How much movement was in there? How much movement was there? The man, come on, Manny, the hair is beautiful. It looks like he's wrestling in a giant helmet. I want to take it off. It looks like it's a wig. It's beautiful. It's multicolored. It looks like he got gold in his hair. The man has beautiful hair.
I would even go fast to say, Marcus, your boy Carrion may have the best hair in the game because he uses it part of storyline.
He's got good hair. Eric said Carrion now has passed AJ Styles in the hair game. But we both have Wes Lee at number 1. Tanahashi is the one that's fallen to 4.
I don't know, man.
I don't even know who 5 will be at this point. I'm just going to name a random.
Hair is magnificent.
I don't know, man. I think it's looking a little crusty these days. I don't know who 5 will be. I'm just going to pick a random woman. I'll say Jada Parker or some shit. I don't know. It's probably not even
Jada Parker's hair. Jada Parker's hair.
I just named somebody random, Manny. I honestly don't care. Who you guys the best hair in the game? Remember Pretty Deadly?
No, but their hair is iconic.
It's pretty good.
They look like fucking elves, bro.
Yeah. So I'll put Pretty Deadly as 5 in the hair game, but Wes Lee is king of the hair. King of the hair. But Dynamite I thought was an okay show. I think it would have been better in different order.
Yeah, I thought the order was weird. I just your world title match should be there if there's something bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're doing it and it's at the top of the hour going into the second hour, there has to be something way bigger to end Dynamite. I just don't think it's Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet and then MJF attacking Mark Briscoe at the end to end Dynamite. I don't think that's bigger than that title match. Yeah,
I think a good example of this, and I compared the two shows of the Netflix premiere of Raw was started with like Tribal Combat, which was the big match of the show. But you also have the blood feud of CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's just like you have if you're doing something like that, it has to warrant a big match feel. Like even when I watch Pro Wrestling Eve, there's matches where sometimes they'll put the world title match before the intermission, and then have a way bigger match, like a non-title match, but like a match like a quote unquote dream match, as the main event. So like there was a world title match when Jamie Hayter was at the show. But Jamie Hayter versus Alex Windsor was a bigger match because you probably wouldn't get that at any time again. And they made that the main event. And it was just like, yeah, this is hard hitting. It's a very good match. Now, this is just independent wrestling, but like I think that should carry over into main wrestling.
I think it should just be wrestling grammar. I think that's should be the grammar or the way you communicate it. Yes, you can try to be different and edgy and try to do something with the main event in the middle of the show, but at the end of the day, things should build to something, and it shouldn't just be like, I can turn in the middle of this. I saw what I wanted to see. Because honestly, I saw the world title match. If I decide to turn it off and decide to nap up, rest up for work, or whatever the hell else I want to do in the world, I'd be like, I can watch the highlights of this later on YouTube or something.
Yeah, and they cover the highlights in about the highlights cover. They do a highlights video, then like maybe a couple of hours after Dynamite, and it's about 10 minutes long. And there was an episode a couple of weeks ago where I didn't even watch Dynamite. I just watched that 8 minutes, and then I covered everything.
You got the gist of it. You can be like, that was good. Yeah. But no, you can do that with a lot of shows. And
no, you can't do it with NXT. You miss too much. You actually missed too much. There's too much nonsense on NXT.
Yeah. I was going to say, I will give AEW props. They did a good job of promoting Collision. I thought they showed a lot of video packages throughout the show. They were trying to sell that it's going to be on Thursday night due to, they're not going to compete with SummerSlam, which I also agree with is the right decision. Because
but no one would have watched that. No one honestly would watch Collision over SummerSlam. At worst case, you have them both on.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even try that. But I just thought that, I thought they did a good job production-wise. I just think the show order kind of threw everything off. I just didn't like it. But NXT time.
It is NXT time. NXT kicks off with Jada Parker and a pretend baddie, Jasmine Nix.
Well, even her group is called her fake. You got to be a baddie and all that. Like they look at her like, you the weekly, you the JC Jane of the JC Jane's group. In the new, in the original Toxic Attraction, you JC Jane.
That is true. That is true. But I don't recall whenever we talked about JC Jane as being the third in Toxic Attraction. Was it Toxic Attraction?
Yeah.
Yeah, Toxic Attraction. That she did anything that we were just like, oh, that's cool. Because Jasmine Nix still has a Nix kick or the Pele kick.
She missed shit so bad this week, Manny. She missed
I
that kick.
I don't think she was actually that bad in this match. But
no, she wasn't bad. It's just
Jada is way more over than Lash Legend. And Lash is coming up there with old shit she did in a battle royal. You ain't that over, Lash. What you did? Jada is way over with his NXT law.
I think Jada's the more popular one. Lash has been there forever. And I think this is his last gateway to the main roster, how they're using it.
I think Lash has just worked out her size. Because her being a former WNBA player, I don't think there was actually anyone teaching her to wrestle like a big person.
Yeah. But I think working with Nia Jax coming up, as we jump ahead in this review, I guess.
Nia Jax put her in a place. I'm just saying, Nia Jax put her in a place. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Who you think you are? And it's just one shot. And I think working with Nia Jax, will help her work on her power / big person.
So recently, when they started getting some notoriety on the main roster, when she was actually doing the tag stuff with Jakara on SmackDown, on Raw, it was really evident that she shone. I think she actually started wrestling like a big woman, like a tall, big, strong woman. I think she just needs to rein it in a bit more because it just feels like she's glow Naomi, just with power.
Yeah, and it does feel like it feels like she's upgrade from Jade Cargill or something like that. I don't know. Like
it may be the in between. I know we're just talking about black women right now, but I feel like she is in between what Jade and Naomi is.
Okay, I'll bring up. Is she Raquel Gonzalez or worse than Raquel Gonzalez?
I think she's better than Raquel Gonzalez. I think when Raquel speaks, there's a groan. I'm like, ugh, stop.
I mean, in ring. Lash run laps around Raquel and a lot of other women on the main roster. Like she's better than Lyra and a few other people.
Lash is better. I just don't know if. I know for sure actually that WWE writers, when you look at that writers room that was on WWE Unreal, they can't write for a black woman like Lash, because when she goes around calling herself the bougie bully, there is no one that understands that when you see that writers room.
Well, I'm curious to the writers room who writes for Javon or what's going on with that, because his dialogue is young, and I hate to say I feel like an old man. I would say hip. And I'm going like, what? This guy talking, this dude talks like like a black kid that I would just be at the grocery store here talking, going like, what is going on here? These damn kids just use normal words.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily get half the shit he says. So whenever we write the notes, I kind of like Javon said things, but
Yeah,
But
I
like,
understand for the most part, but I'm like, fuck, man, this is how
But then
this is
I
how they
latch
talking
on
streams
to
and shit.
I latch on to Trick saying grown men are talking now.
Yeah,
That's just like,
Trick's
yeah,
around
you're a
our
boy.
age.
You're a boy. You are not my age. I should not be understanding you. I should not be googling what you've said and trying to make it make sense to me.
Like Devon makes sense. It's just I'm like, who's writing that? Do they have a young black writer in there, or is Devon writing his own stuff, or they're saying, or is Sean going, this is what I want you to say, but say it like you would say it. Yeah, say it like you would say it.
Yeah, and then so basically Javon has his nose in, we're at the beginning. Javon has his nose in everyone's business. He tells those Chase You idiots to go after the biggest dogs in the yard. So they go after Hank and Tank with chairs, and they basically tell them all they had to do was ask.
That to me, that was a funny segment of them trying to sneak in, and he's like, they saw us, where we're going anyway. What y'all trying to do when they come in? He's like, well, we want to tell you, we got to hit you with these chairs, we want a title shot. You can just ask. yeah. And then Andre Chase going like, I never asked you to hit the chair. I never asked you to hit you with the chair. I told him to go to the biggest job. That made me laugh. That was hilarious.
Javon was gonna call out the biggest dog in the yard, but out comes Trick. He wants to give him some advice. 3 things you shouldn't do: 1, pull Superman's cape; 2, try Trick Williams; 3, try the biggest box office draw in NXT or TNA has to offer, which happens to be Trick Williams.
You can't be argued with. He drew the largest audience. That was weird. He drew the largest audience in TNA history as he is the TNA champion. He's the greatest draw in TNA history.
He suggests he mind his own business while grown men are talking. Javon reminds him while he's giving off his big dog energy, he got choked on by The Undertaker last week. Trick was like, you didn't have to do that.
I wasn't ready. You know that was what happened.
He also tells him he wasn't talking about Trick. He was talking about the NXT champion Obafemi. Trick says Obafemi wishes to be him, and last week he had lust in his eyes. He wishes he had the TNA title. Trick wants to be double champion and tells JC Jane, watch out, he's coming at the top next to her.
I never thought I heard something like that.
The high rise come out. WES Lee basically tells Javon he's a long way away from being a champion.
And I was looking at him going, fool, you a long way from the championship. Maybe that's why you recognize it. You're miles away, years away.
So Javon goes out swinging, but gets stomped out. But we have a match later on in the night. So Charlie Dempsey takes on Tavion Heights. Tavion beats Charlie Dempsey with a high-angled belly-to-belly suplex. They shake hands after the match. The NQC remains with only Charlie and Ren Sinclair. Either they get new members or Ren needs to leave him too.
Leave him, Ren. Leave him here. He's no good. What did you think of the match? And
Tavion's special, man. Tavion is special. Tavion is really special.
He has that explosive speed that you see Braun Breaker comes out with. He has the technicality of a Chad Gable or Kurt Angle or whatever. He has charisma to him. He sells really well. Like he sold that knee really well in the match and everything. Even when he was doing stuff, like I'm have high hopes. Not since Jason Jordan, Manny, have I had more high hopes for a singlet black man in NXT. I miss Jason Jordan. We're never going to get an update of his career. I'm assuming he's done.
I think he's done. He's a producer now. Marcus, I might have to put Charlie Dempsey on the list.
Which list? Not the Epstein.
It goes with
not the Jericho.
It's the Lance Storm list.
Oh,
I think Charlie Dempsey is a very talented wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
He's very boring on the surface. Everything about him, I think Ren is trying her hardest of hards to draw something out of this Charlie Dempsey, but nothing is coming out of Charlie Dempsey.
Yeah. He needed to be in a tag team. And he reminds me of Timothy Thatcher, but Timothy Thatcher had a look of crazy.
I cared about Timothy Thatcher. He was crazy the way he did that thing with the chair when he was sitting on the chair. He'd get up and lift up the chair and it'd go flying angrily.
That was Tommaso Ciampa, and then he started doing it. No, that was what you call him. That was Ciampa, and then Thatcher started to do it because of Ciampa.
I like Timothy Thatcher. I thought he should have been the third. He should have been the fourth member of Imperium.
Yeah, no, he still works. He's still involved, but I think he'd be a better. I think if they were to bring him back, put him with Charles, and I think that'd be a good tag team. It gives some personality or something. But right now, what I get from Charlie Dempsey is oh my God, what's his name? Oni Lorcan. I get very Oni Lorcan vibe from him. Like, I don't think
was boring as well.
There's nothing I can do with this. I don't know what I can do with it. There's something
Oni
there.
Lorcan, Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
All these talented wrestlers just boring.
Yeah. Like you got it. You're smooth in the ring. You can do stuff. But I don't have that like this could be you could be the guy. You could be the guy. I don't see it.
And then Marcus Blake, we get Blake Monroe come out. She corrects Booker T and leaves a threat, which he isn't actually paying attention to.
No, it's hilarious. I think it's funny that he isn't paying attention. He's like, I love it. Oh, she's talking to me. She's talking to me. I can't believe she's putting respect on my name. And Corey's like, she's cursing your name right now. She's threatening you. Huh? I love her either way. She just the way she talks. Don't turn to Shannon. Don't turn to Shannon, Booker. No, he looks like Shannon. She
says Jordynne Grace isn't good enough and has seen protein shakes with more personality than her. She has she's more of a background talent or an extra, then proceeds to fat shame her, says that's not championship material, that's gym membership material. She says Blake Monroe is what you build a brand around. A load of ice come out there and say, how can someone be so beautiful but so ugly inside?
How nice actually you to do that.
I wasn't planning on doing it, to be fair.
Not only was that dead on the way she talks, but it also sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger as well.
It did.
How do you be so beautiful? But
explains to her what star power is. Then Jada Parker comes out, tells everyone, I don't need no evolution or betrayal. All you talking about these bullshit things. I am Jada Parker. And I was like, you know what? I believe you.
Yeah, everything Jada said, I was like, damn, she's too charismatic on the microphone. And I nothing to take away against Blake. I thought Blake was good, but
no, Marcus.
Blake was
boring. Blake
was
in comparison
good.
Out of everyone that came out, maybe Blake was better than Lani, but I think everyone that came out was better than Blake.
I think Blake was exactly what she wanted to be. It was a cool kind of manipulative person, and I think that was the way it was supposed to be. I like what Blake said. I thought the dagger she threw out there, did she go too far? I don't think so. I thought the body shaming needs to happen. Do it.
Marcus,
that's a part of Jordynne Grace's story. And you know what? Maybe we can attack Jordynne Grace's personality by why did she transform into this, and then you get more of her character. I thought Blake was terrific in being a heel. She was a bitch. If I'm gonna call a spade, she just came up as a nasty, no good bitch.
Marcus, I'm from London. So is Blake Monroe. So is Mariah May. Her voice irritated me.
Really? Well, you know what? I thought, I'm a sucker for a British accent. You know, all of us Americans are. Everything came out smooth to me. It sounded like I was listening to a nature documentary.
No, because because the nature documentaries happen on AEW Dynamite with the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
When I'm proud to be champion for you people. But
MJF, you need to beat Mark Briscoe before you can have a title shot against me. Yeah. And the iguanas are taking over the world.
Yeah. And Manny, here's something else I like to add. I think I need the just the Mariah May. I don't want to keep calling her a bitch, but just that type of person narrating Ken Burns documentaries of baseball or something. Just sounded disgusted by it.
I can't do that. I thought I did a pretty good Lola Vice. I can't do that Blake Monroe accent.
No, it's I'm telling you, it's good. It's very super villainy. I don't know, maybe from 80s cartoons or something I get from her, or 80s action movies of a British person. I feel like she's just stuck up and just like, oh, you're the worst. You're the absolute worst.
Jordynne Grace music hits, but Kalani Jordan comes up saying, I guess you were expecting the wrong Jordynne.
Kalani just failed. I don't understand what you were doing here. One, that's a heel move. I don't even know if you were a heel or not. I don't know what Lonnie's thing is, but when she did it, I was like, oh. And then she started talking, I was like, you need to get some pointers from Lyra Valkyria, and that's not a compliment at all.
And what did she say? You can't talk about the future without her. Challenges Blake to prove why she is the hottest free agent signing against a former champion. Blake says she'll put her in a medical facility along with Jordynne Grace. They brawl. Lola and Lani clear the ring. Blake tries to grab onto Jada, but she shoves her away.
I like that a little bit. But we get a tag team match, player.
I know, and I don't want it.
Tag team match. I didn't know how they were going this route. But I guess Lani is now on a team with
Lola.
With Lola Vice, even though I believe Lani's a heel for the Jordynne Grace troll. And Jada, who's getting cheered by the crowd. I just feel like they should have swapped it. Even though Jada and Lola are feuding.
well, Blake is gonna jump off the apron during this match.
Absolutely. Yes. She's not going to even tag in, Manny. She's going to be like, oh, let me go check my hair. I'm going to go flirt with Booker T. I want all of that shit to happen. Because that's I think that's what Blake does the best is her character work. In the ring, she's there. She's just another Jade Cargill.
Boring. But, no, I think Jade Cargill may be better. I think Jade Cargill is better than Blake Monroe.
I think
at least Jade Cargill has... No, at least Jade Cargill has speed and some agility to her game. When I saw that tag match, granted I was watching All In at the same time, I turned and then I'd see the slowest entry of the ring preceded by very slow running clotheslines and crossbodies, which I think I can do.
I think her moveset, as we talked about John Cena wrestled in the 70s now, Blake Monroe wrestles in 1997 WWE Divas Division. It's her and Ivory going head to head. Or Tori Wilson.
Ivory is 100 times better. Tori Wilson, 100 times better.
100 times.
100 times.
100 times. Manny, I normally don't say. I would normally use this word in thumbnails. I don't actually use this word ever. That's unhinged. That's unhinged to say that. Tori Wilson was god awful.
No.
You were distracted. You were distracted by her little dog and puppies and shit.
Yeah, but
her bikini victories.
Look, I would still watch those matches over currently what I've seen from Blake so far.
I will put Blake a step below Nikki Bella in the ring. I got Nikki higher.
I got Nikki a staircase higher.
And not only does Nikki a staircase higher, she's lost a few steps. It's like that. If I was only a little bit younger, I got you.
So we already talked about Lash Legend. Briggs is mad at the back. Inamura ruined his only chance. Inamura have a pull apart. Stacks tells Inamura that family doesn't last forever. Loyalty and honor doesn't exist in that business. In the end, everyone gets theirs. Inamura just slaps him. I'll teach you honor.
Oh, again, Briggs is to me holding Inamura back. I like him more every time he hits Briggs or turns up Briggs or is not associated with Briggs. I like Inamura so much better. I don't understand what Briggs does, but he brings everybody down.
Briggs should be let go. He doesn't do anything.
He brings the whole team down, and I don't know what it is.
WES Lee takes on Javon Evans. Javon hits a coast-to-coast flip.
Manny, stop. Before you go any further, I want you to announce this match properly. This is the Hulk Hogan Memorial match.
Not the Hulk Hogan Memorial match.
This is the Hulk Hogan Memorial match. We got 2 black competitors. We got a black referee. We got Booker T on commentary. And we this is some real shit that Hogan be like, whoa, brother, we got to get this off my TV. This don't work for me. This don't work for him, brother. I'm just saying.
You can't call it that.
Why not?
That's not a memorial match. That's a hateful match.
Yeah, it's memorial. In his name, in his honor. We're doing this match, brother. He would have, if the Hawkster had really changed, he would have wanted it this way, brother. He would have wanted it this way.
So, Marcus, explain that coast to coast flip because it just like he flipped and fell.
No, he landed. It's just why? I've never seen
like that would hurt
I'm going to do
more
a
for him.
swan flip. Yeah, he barely gets the kick in, and it's a swanton kick. I think Javon's too athletic for his own good. There are times when he just floats in the air when he's diving. Like one guy when he just soared across, and I was like, "Well, damn! If he gonna land anytime, he's just flying."
At this point, I think he's as athletic or overshoots sometimes, quite like Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it's just over athleticism. I feel he reminds me of a younger Will Ospreay, but I think even more athletic because I don't think Will ever got that height. When he jumps.
Will doesn't get a height. He gets height.
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck is all
But he's
that?
tall
Like,
as well, though. Javon is tall.
He's tall and like he reminds me of. I brought up the air. He reminds me of young Tyler Black / Seth Rollins when he's just freakishly athletic and he's like a little tall and lanky kind of before the knee injury. When he was just like.
And I'm assuming the dive you're talking about was when he wiped out the Fat Boys.
Yeah. When it was just like, wee, like, oh.
I can't stand them, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it was that one, and then when he does his finisher, the cutter, when he comes off the top rope, he's just up in the air. He's just fucking up in the air. And I'm just like,
that was done nicely. There's normal times when he comes down with that and it doesn't look good. Wes made that look good.
Yeah. It's because it's impossible to time because, you know, he's up there. It's like he's floating. I don't know when he's coming down. It just seems like he's floating. It's like Kurt Angle's moonsault. We're just like, well, they're in slow motion right now. Like, how does this happen?
So Miles has to sit down with Vic carrying on this disability angle, and I'm against it, to be honest. I don't like this.
I don't even know where we're going with this with Lexis King. Although I was more intrigued about watching Charlotte and Avo train on Instagram.
Oh, that was
trying to get back in the ring.
That was that was confusing, and then it was like it's in our bloodlines. I'm like, Charlotte, don't even go there.
Yeah, please don't. Charlotte, you're the best wrestler of these 4 people, and you're in the worst part of your career. You're not even as athletic as you used to be. You could have been injured. You're better than all of these people. You're better than Ava. You run laps around Ava and Lexis King. Like that's just what it was. It's not in their blood like it is in yours.
And then we get the main event, Marcus, which I didn't know Santino could wrestle. Normally we get these comedy matches with Santino, but this was legit wrestling from Santino.
I was watching this main event, and I see Santino. He got his giant beer belly now. He's older. He's probably close to his 50s, if not in his 50s. And you see him with his gut out. By the way, shout out to the Big Cat and Santino's daughter in the back in the Josh Briggs segment. Just because the Big Cat was there. I thought she was going to have an important role.
You can't when she's just there, Marcus. That's all.
She was just there.
Horrible.
She's going to be the next big thing. I was like, oh, this is main eventing. What are we getting out of this? I don't think Santino has all of this left. Last time I saw him, he was trying to help resurrect the iguana in Mexico.
By the way, I just watched it. Fuck Legado del Fantasma. I just watched a video of the iguana getting stomped out again.
Guys are no good. They're going to be in LA for the SummerSlam watch along and at the Cos, which it seems like that'd be cool. No Santos, but just her birthday and what you call it. And I'm kind of disappointed. I would have went for Santos. I would have went. I'd be like, you guys I'll do the watch along from here, guys. I do a watch along from here. Although maybe I will consider trying to do that as a watch along one day. I don't know how if they'll let me bring my laptop and gear.
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
Like it's really spacey. It's more of a restaurant kind of deal with a dome. I don't know, but I gotta do the cause one day for a pay-per-view. I don't know what it's gonna be. But this was a really good match for no reason. Really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
No reason to be this good.
Ethan Page retains, but yeah. Santino Marella in his twilight years, still doing the business.
Yep. He still got it. And when someone chants you still got it, I normally go, oh, leave him alone. This was a well deserved because I didn't see it coming. He never had this. I feel like he never even had this.
When Justin Fields went down with a toe injury, I was like, you need to call this man. You need to call this man Mr. Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny ain't got it no more, Manny. Vinny still
got it. I got loads of Vinny cards.
Vinny got on the card. He always will be great, Manny. But if you see that man in real life, I think he'll pull his back. Oh shit!
And then you know what?
Just go straight down.
One of my favorite cards that I've recently picked. I don't know why I've got it back into cards.
They're worth money. They're back in the style.
Ren Sinclair.
Oh, you got a Ren Sinclair card in plastic.
Yeah, she in this card it says she's a national treasure, and I believe she is.
She is. I honestly would align her with Chelsea Green just because I think that would be a hilarious duo.
But do you know how I get sent additional cards when I buy a card?
Yeah. Oh. Or I should probably go with My World. I don't know why Double J's. I should have definitely went with My World or Baby Tonight.
But yeah, I've got back into card collecting. I don't know why, but you know,
make some money, Manny. Get on the whatnot, have to sell it.
And then Tony D gets killed off like the ending of The Sopranos. Here you go, Don. You don't have to call me the Don anymore. You can call me just Tony D. And then gets whacked allegedly.
Yeah. A shadowy finger goes over his face, and he has a shot licked on his face. And I don't know what's going to happen for Tony D. Is he finally getting caught up, or are they just going to change his persona? I'm not sure. And if he were to get called up, man, he put him in a situation right now. Where you throwing him?
Who?
Tony D. Where would you put him right now? Raw, SmackDown, in the middle of who storyline, or is he a bodyguard? Is he gonna, what do you got with Tony D?
He'd have to go somewhere on Raw, but there is nothing you can really throw him into, unless you want to throw him into the forgotten Intercontinental title that Dominic is doing with AJ Styles. I feel like that's so undervalued, that IC title.
Well, Dom was hurt, and I think it was. Well, I don't know if he was really hurt, but I feel like it was intentional cool downing from Vegas Dom because fucking people love Dom there. That was the most, other than like Steve Austin and maybe Roman and stuff like that. Dom was in that most cheered.
I was gonna buy that Dom shirt with the IC title, but if he successfully defends it against AJ Styles, I will purchase it.
I think he has to. Man, if I were to put the Don somewhere, I'm making him El Grande Americano one more time.
I saw an image the other day of when all the El Grande Americanos combined, they form Megazord.
Yeah, they formed a Megazord. It was awesome. How many? I need 4 El Grande Americanos to just make it a faction. Just make it a thing. I enjoy it. The people in Mexico love it. They love Ludwig.
But he was singing in Spanish.
Speaking of which, Tiffany confirmed that they broke up because of the Charlotte DM thing, and I'm going, Ludwig. Why would you do that to yourself?
But I'm watching that WWE Unreal thing. I honestly thought that whole Charlotte Tiffany thing was a hoax after that. I thought that was planned.
Go apologize to her. That's not the way we conduct business around here. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Kick ass language.
So that was pretty much NXT. NXT was a good show. I like what I got from NXT. I thought, but overall, over the 2 nights, the wrestling was solid. There wasn't a bad match over NXT and AEW.
No, and I thought everybody played their part pretty well. I thought both shows were entertaining. I got NXT winning this week just because of structure and Santino coming out of retirement. Again, I mean, he'd wrestled in TNA and stuff, but to come back for WWE one last time.
Yeah. So yeah, me and Marcus will be back on Saturday for SummerSlam Night 1. We will be joined by Eric on Night 2 on Sunday. And that's about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've alluded to this numerous times, but the World Breakfast Federation is coming back, yo.
Real wrestling. Does that orange juice have 2 left arms?
Yes, but obviously AI made this, not me.
Yeah. But what a brand, what a reference. I mean, such talent as the serial killers and stuff like that, Manny. We have a real promotion coming up soon, and it's really excited for it. And wow.
And really, if you tune in over the SummerSlam watch-alongs, you may hear what's been happening. Otherwise, you know what? You're just gonna have to pay attention to Sharpie Sundays.
Yeah. And Sharpie Sundays, you know, a video that comes out every Sunday that never gets viewed. Go ahead and just like it and comment on it. I don't care if you watch it. Now in fact, go back and watch. Go back, either watch the eye test or the reviews we've done, and just type in, "I was sent here to leave a comment." Yeah, and Manny, I would like to apologize for last episode's thumbnail. I think it sabotaged the show by saying spoilers for Unreal and stuff. I think I wouldn't click that link. I wouldn't click that because I haven't watched it yet. And so I think it was sabotage, and it looked like one of the Sunday videos that nobody watched. So I should have did a regular thumbnail, and people would have actually watched the show.
I think our views were low on that anyway, from just off the live video. That I just figured that would fail anyway. But today, not faring any better either. Well, we're on 45, which is a lot higher than it's a better starting point than 20 on Tuesday. If you're in the chat, just refresh your browser. Just refresh your browser right now.
All right, Manny, and also Esquire. This has nothing to do with anything. It's a random tangent, and this may be a separate video. We may talk about this on Sunday. I'm gonna say it for Sunday. I want to say it for Sunday. Esquire, I'm assuming a magazine website. I honestly don't know what the fuck they are. They released their top 25 superhero movies.
Ooh.
I'm just going to say they're wrong.
Can you send the list to the chat? Not the chat, the group text.
Yeah, the group text. Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know how Shazam made the top 25. I'm just saying. That's rough. They're like some of these, I go, hell yeah, I'm glad that's in there. Like Unbreakable and stuff. I go, oh, I'm glad that made it because that's not really, you wouldn't consider that a superhero movie because it doesn't fit the genre that's currently today. But
yeah,
it is a superhero movie. But I'm happy like stuff like that made it. But Shazam making the list made me disagree with the whole list right up the jump.
So yeah.
Do you want to know what number 1 was? Or do you want
No, save it for the conversation.
You're gonna get the list in a minute anyway. I'm about to text you guys the list.
Okay, go. Tell me what number
1
is.
Tune in Sunday. No, but they gotta tune in Sunday. You're right.
So like we are gonna shoot off because he probably needs sleep. I need to eat. He probably needs to eat as well.
I gotta be at work in like 5 hours.
So like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for the World Breakfast Federation content. Stay tuned for all the other nonsense content we have coming out. I've been Lord Manny Hayes, the racially ambiguous one, and he has been
Marcus the Grand Finale. It's coming.
I don't know about the hot dog looking that happy.
I hate when a hot dog looks happy. They have a bit of tension, and you don't know what hole they're going to try to go in. Don't know hole, better watch out.
It's a lot brown. It's not orange. It's like dark brown on this color. On this.
Yeah, it's a little too shiny too. I don't know.
It's a bit beige.
Question: the design of the donut. Why does the hole in the donut have a face? Is it just floating eyes in the mouth? What's going on with that? Is that
Marcus? I asked AI to do it. Don't question me as if I did, as if I put stringent descriptions on what needs to be made.
These just questions. These are design questions that a human would make, and I have the same questions. Like the glass of orange juice. You gonna wrestle like this? What if he spills out? I just don't know what would happen. And then the sunny side up egg. I feel like after a few minutes, he's gonna be terrible. He's gonna be terrible.
So I think the world title for the World Breakfast Federation should be a frying pan.
I would use the frying pan as the center plate, and then have strips of bacon. That's the thing holding it up.
I was gonna have the egg and some of the sausage and bacon make up the world.
Yeah, but respect. I don't understand why bacon's in shorts. What's going on down there? I ain't no bacon had a dick.
You and that hot dog's also got trousers. And the toast is rocking a Ren Sinclair with one leg.
Yeah, the Tavion, the Rough Rider.
But yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back this weekend. So catch all that content. Peace.
Peace.